Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Frank Cadillac at the bar of a diner. He has a watch on his left arm, and is looking at the watch on the wall of the diner. He turns around, and presses a button on his watch to peek outside. He doesn't see anything. Following that, we see Frank performing as a stage magician. The announcer introduces him as if he were a magician who knows exactly what you're going to do before you do it. Frank approaches a table, and entices a lovely young lady to join him on stage. The lady is wearing a necklace, and he predicts that it will fall into her drink in a matter of seconds. And so it goes. Kelly and her companion, Kavanaugh, are keeping an eye on him. He wonders if she's serious about this guy, and why they're stalking clowns. Frank goes away from the stage, and into a casino. He explains that most magicians are imposters, but some are genuine. He also claims that he does not make much money on Wednesday nights, so he goes gambling. But he keeps it simple, merely playing against machines, and not placing enormous bets. That way, he can keep returning. Finally, he reveals that he can see what will happen in the next 2 minutes. But he is not a god, and cannot see into the future. He can only speculate about what will happen. The security guards at the casino are keeping an eye on his table while he is playing blackjack, and they identify him as a magician. They're wondering if he's playing a joke on them. The security personnel communicate over the radio, and direct some security personnel to his table. Frank notices what is about to happen, and gets up from the table. He explains to us that the thing about the future is, it changes. And it alters as you gaze at it, making it unpredictable. On his journey, Frank sees the near future, a man attempting a robbery and shooting 2 people. Back in the present, he disarms that individual, and prevents him from carrying out his plan. The casino security pursues Frank, but he maintains his cool, and manages to avoid them all. When he leaves the casino, security phones the cops, and a pair of patrol cars chase him down. But once again, he cannot be apprehended. Back at the casino, Kelly is going over the footage from the casino's cameras, and remarks that Frank knows precisely what he's doing. She's been following him for 2 months, and he always manages to find a way out. The police chief informs her that a nuclear bomb has been taken, and that instead of pursuing some paranormal wizard, they should deploy every agent to seek it out. She tells him that this man accomplishes statistically impossible things, and if they capture him, they might be able to use his abilities. The police chief thinks she might be right, so he walks away after giving her a 5-day window to reach him. Frank pulls his stolen automobile into a garage, where an elderly guy named Irv awaits him. They play pool. Irv inquires whether the watch has returned to the correct time, but Frank claims not to have noticed. Apparently, Irv is the only one who knows about Frank's superpowers. Meanwhile, Kelly is analyzing Frank's movements, and concludes that Frank must be looking at least 1.5 minutes into the future. He anticipates that the cops will arrive soon, and Irv tells him to flee. He replies that he'll wait and see what they want. Kelly walks in alone, and asks for his assistance in locating a nuclear bomb. Frank claims that it doesn't work that way, but she threatens him with arrest, unless he assists her. The cops arrive, and Frank returns to the present, and flees. He returns to the diner the next day, and marks the time. Liz, the woman he's been waiting for, walks in and takes a seat. Her ex-boyfriend soon follows, and begins tormenting her. Frank takes a look into the future to choose the best course of action to get him in with Liz. He interrupts her ex-boyfriend's murmuring and stands still to get pounded. He introduces himself as Chris Johnson, his true name, and claims that his car has been taken. Liz offers to take him on a ride. They discuss their fate in the car. She claims she has no idea if destiny exists, and has no desire to find out. Life should be unpredictable. That, according to Chris, would be good, but he doesn't talk about his superpowers. In the meantime, Kelly and Kavanaugh are interviewing 2 of the diner's staff. According to the employees, Chris came to the diner every day at the same hour, and ordered a martini while waiting. That was until today, when he ran into that woman, and the 2 of them left together. Kelly and Kavanaugh exit, and they have knowledge that some other people are also after Chris. Indeed, we get to witness the bad men who are receiving a part of the bomb. They talk about Chris, and how they need to find him. At night, some construction workers are attempting to clear the road of mountain boulders, and inform Chris and Liz that they will be unable to travel any further until the next morning. They advise them to return to a nearby motel. They check into a room at the motel, where FBI headquarters is located. Chris will sleep in the car, while Liz will sleep in the hotel. Kelly and Kavanaugh spot Chris at the FBI headquarters. The chief summons everyone, and informs them that there is a code red regarding the nuclear bomb. Kelly claims that the situation is grave, and that they must devote all of their resources apprehending Chris. They know where he is and how to find him. When the bad guys detect the police mobilizing, they direct their men to follow the police cars. That'll take them to Chris. Liz emerges from the shower in the motel, and Chris looks at her. He devises a magic trick, and transforms a piece of paper into a flower. They kiss when he gives her the flower, and develop feelings for each other. When they're done, they'll lay in each other's arms. Liz suggests that perhaps there is such a thing as fate after all. Kelly and Kavanaugh keep an eye on the motel. When they see Liz going out, Kelly suggests that they give her a head start. They park their car near Liz as she comes into town. Kelly identifies herself as an agent, and requests a meeting with her. She gets into the car, and Kelly shows her the casino film. Shocked, Liz learns that Chris manipulated her to flee Las Vegas. He is a sociopath, with the ability to see 2 minutes into the future. Kelly requests her assistance. She hands her a narcotic pill, and instructs her to put it in Chris's drink. But she has to do it 2 minutes after Chris has left the room. Liz accepts their offer, and returns to her room. She prepares some breakfast, and slips the pill into Chris's drink as he enters the bathroom to shave. He appears and embraces her. He takes the juice and is about to consume it. However, Liz can't stand that to happen, and stops him, telling him everything that has transpired. She asks him whether the story about his ability is true, and he confirms it. He tells her about the incident at the casino, and demonstrates his powers by anticipating what the television will be broadcasting while he changes channels. He informs her that he has no idea how it works, but he was born with it. She questions him about using his gift on her and setting her up, and Chris says no. He informs her that he saw her before he saw her in person. That's why he's been waiting for her in that diner, until she finally showed up. He informs her that the police have requested his assistance, but he is unable to really help them. She says that he was able to broaden his powers when it came to her, and he claims that the police are unaware of this. He devises a plan for them to escape, but things go wrong. He gets arrested, because he couldn't bear the thought of Kelly dying. Liz is kidnapped by terrorists to make matters worse. Kelly drives Chris to the FBI offices, and tells him he has no choice but to assist them. She forces him to watch the news, and instructs him to push himself as hard as he can, in order to determine where the nuclear bomb will detonate. Instead of the bomb, he notices that Liz has been kidnapped, and will be placed on the roof of a parking lot, wearing an explosive vest. When he notices a reporter covering the action, the explosives go off, killing Liz. He informs Kelly that he cannot work like that, and begs her to release him. She instructs a couple of men to lead him to his cell, but he manages to flee. He runs all the way to the roof of the parking lot. Kelly approaches him and inquires as to why he has come here. He informs her that they have captured Liz, and want to execute her. They come up with a new approach. He takes a risk and climbs out onto the roof, putting himself in range of the sniper the terrorists are using. Everything works out just how it was supposed to, and he acts like he's dead, while the police take out the sniper. Kelly maintains that the terrorists will now assume Chris is dead, which presents an opportunity for them to take advantage of. He asserts that no matter how many different scenarios he explores, Liz's demise is inevitable in every one of them. They need to look for another strategy. He puts in a lot of effort, and peeks further into the future, till the terrorists arrive in a white van, and drive Liz to the roof of the building. He discovers the license plates, and shares this information. The authorities discover the location of the van, and Chris comes up with yet another plan. It is necessary for him and the police to first search the docks, in order to locate Liz, before they can transport her to that top. He gives the cops a hand when they are navigating the docks, and as a result, they are able to eliminate the bulk of the terrorists. Only 3 of them survive, and they board a massive ship with Liz. Chris assists the cops yet again, and they are able to take them out one by one, and save Liz. Kelly claims that they are not finished yet, and they must locate the nuclear bomb. Chris claims that he made a mistake with the bomb, which is set to explode. The bomb explodes, killing everyone. Chris awakens at the motel, clutching Liz in his arms. He stands up, and dials Kelly's number. He promises to assist her in finding the bomb, but they must keep Liz out of it. Kelly is in agreement. He wakes Liz up, and tells her he has something important to accomplish, that he can't put off any longer. She wonders if he'll be returning, and he says sure. He waits for Kelly, and tells us that as we look into the future, it changes. Kelly arrives in her car to pick him up, and the two of them drive away together. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.